What's up, everybody? My name is Darrell Willis, also known as Coach D, and I'm bringing you an assist for the day. And the assist for today, as we're talking about reinvention recently, we want to talk about how to know when you outgrown your current life. Now, there's a feeling that's hard to name. It's not quite happiness, but it's not contentment either. You wake up, you go through your routine, you check the boxes, but somewhere in the back of your mind, there's a whisper that says, "Is this it?" You're not in a crisis or chaos. Nothing's falling apart, but something feels off. Like you're wearing a jacket that used to fit perfectly, but now kind of feels a little too tight in the shoulders or around the waist. And that feeling is not a problem. It's a signal. Now, the space between comfortable and alive, most people spend their lives chasing comfort. And there's nothing wrong with that because comfort is what we work for, what we build towards. But here's the thing, comfort has a shelf life, and what felt like achievement 2 years ago can start to feel like a case today. The job that once excited you becomes a routine. The goals that used to drive you lose their pull. The version of yourself you worked so hard to become starts to feel like someone you've outgrown. And that quiet dissatisfaction, it's your internal compass. It's telling you it's time to evolve. Here are 5 signs to know you've outgrown your current life. 1, you're going through the motions. You show up, you do the work, you check the boxes, but there's no fire or energy behind you anymore. What used to energize you just now exists. You're productive, but it's not passionate. You're busy, but you're not fulfilled. Number 2, your goals feel empty. Remember when you were hitting that sales target or you were landing that promotion or that job and it felt like everything to you? Now, even when you achieve what you set out to do, the win kind of feels a little hollow. The celebration is short-lived. You think, okay, what's next? But something excites you. Number 3, you catch yourself daydreaming about different lives or different scenarios of how you could have lived out your life. You scroll LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and you wonder, what if it would be like to pivot your career? You see someone doing something bold and you think, I wish I could do that. Not in a jealous way or an envious way, more in a wistful way. Like you're watching a version of yourself that could actually exist out there, but it doesn't exist yet. Number 4, rest doesn't restore you. You can take the vacation, you can sleep in on the weekend or sleep the extra hours. You can even binge watch a show. But when Monday comes around, you still feel drained and tired because the exhaustion isn't physical, it's existential and it's spiritual. You're not tired from working too hard. You're just tired from working towards something that no longer aligns to your goals or who you're becoming to be. And number 5, you feel guilty for feeling this way. This might be the biggest sign of your life or the biggest sign of all. You tell yourself you should be grateful. You have a good life. People would kill to have what you have. So you push for that feeling, you push that feeling down and you dismiss it as if it's ungrateful or you're dramatic. But the biggest truth here is you can be grateful for where you are and still know it's time to move forward. Now, what this feeling actually means is that the quiet dissatisfaction you're having isn't a sign that something's wrong. It's really just a sign that you're ready for more. That you've grown, you've learned some things, you've evolved, you've built some skills, you've developed a different perspective, you've developed your character. And now the life you designed for the old version of yourself doesn't fit the person you've become. This is where reinvention knocks at your door. It's not asking you to blow everything up or make this reckless decision or burn your boats. It's about asking you to pay attention, to get honest, to stop ignoring the whispers that says there's more for you. What happens if you ignore it? Here's what most people do. They rationalize it away. They stay in this comfort but unfulfilling job. They keep chasing the goals that don't light them up anymore. They numb their feeling with distractions or alcohol or drugs or more Netflix and more scrolling and more busy work. And they quietly build on this dissatisfaction because it gets louder. It turns into resentment and regret. And that nagging thought that you're playing it safe when you could be playing it big. I mean, really big. Now, Don't let that be your story. The first step you need to do is you need to name it. You don't need to have all the answers right now, but what you need to do is have a plan or a grand vision. What you need to do is you need to name it. You just need to acknowledge what you're feeling. You say it out loud, I've outgrown this version of my life. And that's okay. Because once you name it, you can start to do something about it. You can start asking better questions like, what would I do if I wasn't afraid of failing? What part of my life feels the most out of alignment? Who am I becoming? And what does that really mean for me today? And who does that person need right now? These questions won't give you instant clarity. Usually they don't, but they will point you in the right direction. Here's my challenge for you. What is one area of your life that feels slightly off right now? Not the catastrophic wrong or the chaos, not the crisis, just off. Maybe it's your career. Maybe it's your relationships. Maybe it's your daily routine. Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's your sense of purpose. What I want you to do is I want you to name it. Write it down. Share it in the comments. Share it with a friend. Share it with a family member. Share it with your accountability partner. And if you're brave enough, share it online. Because the moment you acknowledge it, you take the first step towards something better. See, reinvention doesn't start with a dramatic leap. It starts with the quiet admission, I've evolved and I'm ready for more. And if you're reading this or you're listening to this, what areas of your life feel slightly off right now? Drop a comment below. I read every comment, and I want you all to understand that as you build out this life of reinvention and you grow your ability to become the person you want to become by taking the small step today and naming what it is, I've outgrown this relationship, I've outgrown this job, I'm due for a career transition, I can do more. It's time for you to start calling it out and not just allowing it to sit inside and build as resentment and as fear, as this regret, because you were so fearful of not living big enough. These thoughts come to you for a reason. You're more than capable. Just be more willing to go after it. Do the thing you said you want to do and live life boldly. That's the assist for today. I'll see you guys in the next video.